Hi, we're Dwayne and Rachel from Travel by the Book TV, where we explore literary travel. Today we're in San Francisco, and we're looking back at a time when San Francisco was a town full of hard-boiled detectives and dangerous dames.
We're here, actually, to explore the world of Dashiell Hammett, author of the Maltese Falcon and other noir books.
In this episode, we'll meet legendary tour guide Don Herron on Dashiell Hammett Street and see some nearby sights that he shares on his Dashiell Hammett tour.
In the novel, the murder takes place about halfway down Burritt.
We'll also visit the presumed location of Sam Spade and Miles Archer's office. We'll visit the apartment where both Hammett and Sam Spade lived. And we'll visit where Hammett worked as a Pinkerton detective. We'll finish by eating at John's Grill, which Hammett immortalized in the Maltese Falcon. Dashiell Hammett first came to San Francisco as a Pinkerton detective, working for the Pinkerton Detective Agency in the early 20s. And by the end of the 20s, he had started writing novels. Don Herron is a local historian, author, and an interesting guy. He wrote a tour book called the Dashiell Hammett Tour, based on a tour that he's given since the 70s. He's a legend in the world of literary tour guiding, and we're excited to meet him now.
Hi, I'm with Don Herron here. And Don, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I've been doing the Hammett tour since 1977. So this is year 44, and I've had this obviously naive idea I should get to 50. 50 is a great number, but I honestly don't think I'm going to make it. I think.
Why Dashiell Hammett? Why not somebody else? What drew you to Hammett?
I like the continental op stories in particular. I like the Maltese Falcon as such, and it makes for a great walking tour. I mean, the places they're within a concise area to walk around, but the continental ops stories, of which you wrote many more, are much more fun. And the other writers I didn't care for as much. It's partly that they didn't personally appeal to me on that sort of fan level of wanting to tell other people about them, and or the places are just too far away. You cannot do a walking tour. At some point, Lawrence Ferlinghetti, the beat poet, founder of City Lights bookstore, had this thing, this trip. I use the hippie word trip advisedly. He had this trip for getting public recognition for writers and artists. And so he'd lived in Paris. They have Avenue Victor Hugo, things like that. And poor Ferlinghetti, who could not understand why Bush Street, which is this street right here, why couldn't it be named Mark Twain Street, Jack Kerouac Street? And the reason is pretty simple. It's a huge street, very long. There's signs to change it at each corner. If the city comes in and forces a name change, they have to cover stationery and so forth for all the businesses,
Oh, geez. Really?
Yeah. It's not just let's change the name of the school. What the heck? Who cares? And someone at some point in there apparently took him in a back room, slapped him around, and said, "Look, are you serious? He was serious about getting streets named after writers and artists." And he said, "Yeah." And they said, "Okay, here's what you need to do. You need to pick a street that's a block long, that only has 2 signs to change, that has very few people living on it, who have no voice at City Hall. Or, better, pick a dead-end street, and there's only 1 sign to change, and fewer people living on it, and you've got a chance." And so before they actually did they did 12 street names. Mark Twain, of course, huge, Jack Kerouac, and various other kind of local people, particularly poets, because Ferlinghetti's in that poetry scene. Ferlinghetti did not ask for a street for himself. They did later, a year or two later, give him a street named after him. But they had these various writers, and one of them that they had in their queue was Hammett. Then Ferlinghetti was telling me he picked a street to rename Dashiell Hammett Street. And I said, okay, well, what is it? And it's Burritt Alley. No! My God, no! It's Burritt Alley in the book. You want the actual name of the alley. And which is, by the way, from where we're standing here, right across the street, right over there. See it? Oh. So he was going to name Burritt Alley. What is the name? Burritt Alley. Dashiell Hammett Street. You can't do it. You can't do it. But I had a counteroffer. Where we're standing here, this was previously Monroe Street, a block long. And Hammett lived in the red brick building on the right up the block for a few months, 1926. Then I told Ferlinghetti, I said, look, leave Burritt Alley alone. Name this one Hammett Street. Hammett lived on this street. See, most of the 12 streets, the writers didn't live on. They were like Jack London. The street that's named after him is located kind of near where he was born. And most of them are like that. They don't have that real boom. Here,
Legit.
he lived on the street. I didn't do anything really with their campaign. I didn't go down and testify at the meetings or any of that stuff. But I did get this street named Hammett Street. So that's one of my footnotes you can cite eventually. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good accomplishment.
Yeah. Here we are, dodging traffic, incoming at any moment, across First Street from Dashiell Hammett Street, headed for Burritt Alley. And what people come here for, this is the site of the first murder in the Maltese Falcon. Miles Archer, Sam Spade's partner. See the plaque?
One of the best plaques ever.
Yeah. Nothing on that plaque tells you the act described on the plaque is taken from the work of fiction. And that's true. Very few plaques like that. So there have been, I've done this for 44 years. Only maybe at this point 10 people have ever gotten outraged and go, hey, it tells you who done it.
Oh, that's true.
It does. And most people, okay, yeah, whatever. But the mystery fan types, that drives them berserk.
Yeah. It's a total spoiler.
Oh yeah, classic. You don't tell who done it.
No.
This one tells you who done it. It's I think it's a great plaque. And Sam Spade then pauses for a moment against the parapet of the Stockwell tunnel, which is damp with a knife. A car just rockets out of the tunnel and we look over here, and this reddish building, it's not there. It's very important. And then the big green Alpine apartment building, the north wing closer to us is not there. So that wasn't there. This wasn't there. Instead, there was a dirt lot pitching steeply downhill. And love looking around over here, down to the sidewalk, separating the dirt lot from the sidewalk. There was a billboard. Spade looking down to the man on his hands and knees, looking at the end of the billboard. You know, some flashlight beams, or as they say in the book, torch beams, flying about everything that heard it will. And then Sam Spade walks up this way to Burritt Alley. Okay, so in the novel, the murder takes place about halfway down Burritt. This way. See the brickwork on the left?
Yep.
That's
Different.
the back of the original McAlpine apartment.
Yeah.
This poor concrete section, except for the over, simply wasn't there.
Okay.
Where that is now, there's a dirt plot just steeply downhill. Built the rail fence at the top to keep people accidentally toppling over. That's what it is. So it's very, very steep hill. Bridget lures Miles Archer back in the alley,
This is a spoiler alert, so if you haven't read the book or seen the movie,
or read the play.
I read the plaque up on the wall, right?
Yeah. At any rate, he's shot, falls against the fence, takes the top rail of the fence with him, rolls roughly 15 feet down the hill, lodges against a rock. She leaves the alley, and later on, the patrolman on the beat, passing the mouth of the alley, notices the dislodged rail, comes back, shines his flashlight down the hill, spots the body, summons Tom Polhouse to the San Francisco Homicide Squad, who descends, recognizes the body as that of Miles Archer, partner of Sam Spade, and that's the first murder in the Maltese Falcon.
And the story is afoot. The game is afoot.
Yeah, very afoot. And so I have no, at this point, after 44 years, I have no big plans to have a regular schedule. I do groups by appointment. Mostly I'm segueing over to doing that. And I used to do them for years. I did them Sundays at noon, every Sunday during the year after year after year after year after year, and then finally began cutting back some. But I will do groups by appointment.
And it's on your website, too.
Yeah. You can contact me. You can beg. I might do it. I might feel
that's how
guilty.
we got him here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
begging. So we've just finished with our visit with Don Herron. He was lovely. He showed us some really cool places around Burritt Alley. But now we're going to go hit some cool sites that you'll want to see on your own when you are doing your own tour. One of them is 111 Sutter Street, which is this building right here, the older building. And based on calculations of Don and many other people, that is where Sam Spade and Miles Archer had their office. Since we're visiting on a weekend, the lobby was closed. Rachel, however, sweet talks the security guard into letting us inside.
Can we go in there to see that? No. Can you take us in there to see it?
I'll be nice.
Oh,
Normally it's closed, but I'll take you back.
oh, that would be great. We're doing a YouTube channel called Travel by the Book TV, and we're doing a Dashiell Hammett episode.
Cool.
He's going to take us in.
Oh, wow, cool. So is it just closed now because it's Saturday?
Weekends, yeah.
Oh, weekend.
It's regularly closed.
When was the building built? 20s, right?
100-year-old building. All the information's right
Right here. Thank you.
there. All the way down, all the way up.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. At the other end of the spectrum from NBC and its high-profile broadcast was a tenant who wanted to keep as low a profile as possible. Dashiell Hammett's Sam Spade, the legendary detective immortalized in the Maltese Falcon. Through fog or shine, most often by night, Sam Spade walked the hilly streets, watchful and ready, working for himself and his client, abiding by the game's tough rules, all while working out of his office at 111 Sutter Street.
One of the key important stops of any Dashiell Hammett tour in San Francisco is the building right behind me. This is 891 Post Street, and Dashiell Hammett lived here from 1926 to 1928, and it's here he wrote several novels, including Maltese Falcon. Dashiell Hammett lived on the 4th floor in that corner apartment right there, and he based Sam Spade's apartment on his own apartment right there. And if you read carefully, thinking of this apartment in mind, you hear a lot about Post Street, about it being on the 4th floor, and other things. So this is a key point. There's also a plaque put up by the Friends of Libraries honoring this as a key literary site.
Home of Dashiell Hammett and Sam Spade. Dashiell Hammett, 1894-1961, lived in this building from 1926 until 29, when he wrote his first 3 novels, Red Harvest, The Dane Curse, and The Maltese Falcon. Sam Spade's apartment in The Maltese Falcon is modeled on Hammett's, which was on the northwest corner of the 4th floor. This site is dedicated a literary landmark by Friends of Libraries USA.
All right, we are at the Flood Building, which is a key stop on your Dashiell Hammett tour. The Flood Building is important because it is where Dashiell Hammett worked for the Pinkerton Detective Agency. And if we come in, there is just a small memento of his time here. So let's go. After you. Please use other door.
Just come in.
Just around the Christmas tree.
There it is. One of several copies made from the original used in the filming of the classic Humphrey Bogart.
This one is real gold.
A really significant San Francisco building. You can't go up very far unless you have an appointment, but anyone is free at any day to walk into the interior and learn a little bit about the story of the storied building. Okay, our last and most important stop on the Dashiell Hammett tour is dinner. We have reservations at John's Grill. John's Grill is just behind the building where he worked when he was a Pinkerton's detective. And not only did Dashiell Hammett eat there a lot, but Sam Spade ate there. And so we're excited to follow in Sam Spade's footsteps and go to John's Grill and order lamb chops and potatoes.
I don't know if we're gonna order that.
I'm gonna order that. You don't have to order it, but one of us has to order.
We're hungry.
We're hungry. We've been working hard for you.
Oh, right here.
We're in John's Grill. On the menu, it talks about it being a national literary landmark, and now is the headquarters of the Dashiell Hammett Society of San Francisco. As one final touch, their phone number is 415-986-DASH. Okay, we're on the second floor of John's Grill in the Dashiell Hammett room, and I've ordered Sam Spade's lamb chops. In the book, Maltese Falcon, Sam Spade comes here, orders lamb chops, baked potato, sliced tomatoes, and so they do it just that way. Come up and check this out. It's a really great room. It's really if you're doing a Dashiell Hammett tour, you have to eat at John's Grill. Be sure to get a reservation. I'm Dwayne, Rachel, Travel by the Book TV. Keep reading, keep traveling, and keep watching.